Hello and welcome to Cooking the Books with Heather. Today we're going to be working from Milk Street Fast and Slow, and we're going to be making a cinnamon spiced beef noodle soup with spinach. This is actually a relatively simple recipe, and I picked up beef shanks at the store a little while ago. Had no idea what I was going to make with it, but I found this recipe to cook. Doesn't take that long. It's a pretty long time for an Instant Pot recipe, but it doesn't take that long. There's not too many ingredients, so we thought we'd do it. It also turned out to be kind of a rainy summer day, so rainy, cloudy day, so it's a great day for soup, I think. Anyway, we're starting with our Instant Pot. It is, I need to turn it on to saute just to heat up a little bit. And we're going to add into the pot with no oil, anything else, quite a few cinnamon sticks. And then it also says optional anise seed. We have star anise. So I just sort of guesstimated an equivalency for that. And we're just going to toast these until they are fragrant for like 2 or 3 minutes. So we're just letting it all get hot. And then we're going to add in some other ingredients. We have some green onions, just the white part. The green part is going to be used for garnishing later. I've got those back there. Mine were a lot of green and not an awful lot of white, so that's fine. I've got quite a lot of ginger that I have peeled and sliced thinly. Also says to smash it. I didn't bother doing that. I didn't know exactly what he meant by that, so I didn't do anything. And then cilantro. This is just basically the whole thing. There's some of it that I have reserved to garnish with later, but most of it just goes into the broth whole. And while this is heating up, let me go get my beef shanks. There are a few other things we need. We'll need water, soy sauce. So I've already measured out soy sauce, which is the only salt in the recipe. At the end, if I think it needs more salt, I will add some kosher salt. This is a low salt soy sauce, so it might not be quite enough. We'll see. We'll see what it tastes like. And also we're going to add some sake. I just found this is a relatively inexpensive bottle. I didn't want anything too super fancy since we're cooking with it. We'll taste it later and see what we think, but it's not something I generally buy. I will have some at a Japanese restaurant, but I don't usually buy it for home, so we'll see. I have these bone-in beef shanks. It says each about 1 inch thick. Mine are maybe even a little thicker than that, but that will be fine. Hopefully it will all cook up nicely. It's also a little bit more than the recipe calls for, but I can find something to do with extra meat if there's any left over. It's starting to get toasty. Kind of starting to smell it a little bit. We're going to start adding, I'm going to add water first. We're not searing these. We're not browning them at all. They're just going to go into the broth and cook. So let me add the water that the recipe requires. So I've added the water. We're going to leave this on high saute. We're going to try to bring this up to a simmer before we put the lid on. It'll take a little bit less time that way to actually come up to pressure. I'm going to just use this to measure out the sake. Also, we're adding the scallion whites, all of this ginger, and all of this cilantro. We are going to strain all of that out at the end, but we're going to bring this to a simmer before we add the beef. It's been about 5 minutes, starting to see a few bubbles. I almost would call it a simmer. I'm getting a little impatient. I'm going to go ahead and add my beef shakes. So I've already got my hands messy. You see, these are really thick, but they're also very cold. So it's going to take some more time to come back up to temperature. All right, I'm going to wash my hands. All right. So all I'm going to do now is just kind of arrange these, because this has a very large bone. Just kind of want it to be, both of them to be mostly under the liquid. And then I'm going to, we're going to use, so you can do this in a fast or in the slow cooker and do this for like 8 or 9 hours. I'm going to do this under pressure, and that is 45 minutes on high pressure. All right, we're going to manual high pressure, 45 minutes. And that is the base of the soup. There are a few other things we need to do after this, but it's not a whole lot. When this beeps and it's done, we're supposed to quick release it and then take the meat out, strain everything. So we'll be back in probably about an hour when this is all done with the pressure cooking stage. Our soup, well, the stock, the meat, the bits, has been done for about 3 minutes. So not too long, and we are ready to vent this and have my silicone oven mitt on, because the steam that comes out is going to be very, 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 very hot. So don't touch it. The quick release still took several minutes. So we're going to take the beef out, which seems nicely softened. Trying not to get the other bits with it, but that's okay. It smells very Vietnamese. I don't know if that is the origin of this soup. It's not in the book, but I'm sure it's based on something, or at least it feels like it's probably based on, you know, a traditional dish, but I could be wrong. All right. So we're going to set this aside and let it cool, because then we have to pull the meat off and discard the fat and the bones and all of the bits we don't want to eat, but it needs to cool. And while that cools, I'm going to strain the broth into a large bowl through a fine mesh strainer. Try to not make a huge mess, but I will probably fail as usual. This, the solids we're going to discard, but I'm going to just let it drain a little bit in a bowl before I do that. And before I put this back in here to do everything else we need to do, I'm going to taste it to see if we need salt or white pepper, which is what the book suggests we use to season this. I just don't want it to be even hotter than it is right now. A tad bit of salt, and I will put some white pepper in it. It's a bit of a bitter quality to it, and I'm not sure where that's coming from, whether it's the cilantro that was cooked a long time for cilantro. pretty good. I'm going to put this back into the Instant Pot. So the other things we need for this is, of course, spinach. I have a package of baby spinach that when we're just about ready, it only needs to cook for about a minute. We're going to turn it on to saute, bring it up to a boil, put the spinach in, and just let it wilt. And that's about it. But we also need the noodles. So he suggests an Asian noodle, dried Asian wheat noodle like udon or lo mein are ideal. I happen to have these ramen wheat noodles in my pantry that I needed to use up. So I'm going to be cooking these per the package directions, which really is only about 4 minutes. And then, so I'm going to cook the amount. This is meant to serve 4 people. I'm going to cook it, separate those into bowls, and then we'll put the soup in it. But it all kind of has to come together at the last minute. So I'm not going to show you me cooking them because it's just per your package, whatever noodles you choose. You could choose Italian linguine, and that will be fine. I'm just going to turn it on saute and keep it warm. Hopefully not boiling the whole time. Anyway, I'll be back when I'm ready to show you putting it all together. Here we go. Got all the meat in here. I'm going to go ahead and bring this back up to a simmer and get my noodles boiling because those take about 4 minutes. By then, this should be pretty much ready and we'll be done with dinner. This is simmering. I'm just going to dump in all of this spinach and let it wilt. Give it a stir, and I'll probably turn it off after, as soon as I know it's all in there and stirred in, because there's plenty of carryover heat to finish cooking that. Yep, so we're gonna just turn that off. It'll stay warm enough. I'm going to drain my noodles, get them separated out into my bowls, and then we'll put it together and show you what we have to put on top. So I've got my noodles here. I'm going to divide them into the bowls approximately equally. I did weigh out and use the amount that it said to use for 4 people, so I'm going to ladle some of the soup on top of the noodles with, make sure we get enough spinach and meat and broth for each one. It's very hot. Very, very hot. To the top, I'm going to add, I'm just going to pick off some cilantro leaves for each one and some green onion, thinly sliced, the green part that we didn't use. And there we go. I am also going to serve the rest of these on the side. People want more, they can have them. But also I'm going to have some chili crisp, because while that is not in the ingredients list, it is in the picture and it looks good, and I think it would make a good addition. So there we have it. There's our cinnamon spiced beef noodle soup with spinach, and we will show you some pictures and let you know what you think in just a second. On this episode of Cooking the Books with Heather, you watched me make cinnamon spiced beef noodle soup with spinach from Christopher Kimball's Milk Street Fast and Slow. And I thought that this was a very easy noodle dish with a good depth of flavor in the broth because of cooking the beef, almost like a slow cooked ramen broth. Since we ate this, I've looked up to see if this is sort of a take on a specific cuisine's recipe. And what I could find, it looked like it was probably a Chinese soup. That's what the recipes I found that were like this. And I was a little concerned that it would be very cinnamony, that it would be very gingery, and it wasn't. Those things were there, but not overpowering, because there was a lot of ginger and there was a lot of cinnamon in the broth. It was pretty easy to reheat, to eat the leftovers later, especially since you cook the noodles. I only cooked the noodles that we wanted to eat at the time, and we had leftover broth and meat. So that was great. It did need a lot of extra salt. I did use a low sodium soy sauce because that's what I had on hand. So that may have been why I needed more salt for the recipe. But, you know, salt is really very personal anyway, the salt level that you like. Some of us like more, some of us like less, and that's really easy to adjust afterwards for a recipe like this. Add salt if you want it. The cilantro was great on top. I loved that. I am very sensitive to bitter flavors, and I got a little bit of bitterness in the broth, and I believe that's probably from cooking the cilantro in the broth the whole time. I'm sure that the cilantro adds flavor to the broth, and I might, if I make this again, I might decide to split up the cooking, maybe cook the beef for, you know, I think it was 45 minutes, and then maybe add the cilantro, let it cook for another 10 minutes or so, and see if that makes a difference. I really, green things, when you cook them a long time, like the cilantro or parsley or the green parts of leeks, I've had a problem with that in the past where I've cooked it for too long and it just imparts a bitter flavor into the broth. So that's what I suspect. Nobody else complained about that in my family. I'm the only one who is very sensitive to bitter flavors. And it wasn't overpoweringly bitter, so it was not bad for me. I ate it. It was good. It's just something I would prefer not to be there. Some people like bitter flavors. I just don't, generally. But it was super easy. It came together pretty fast. Didn't have to sear the beef. That was great. So if you're looking for a comforting noodle soup with beef and some good veggies too, there's a lot of spinach in this, so that was great. I would give this a try. And if you do, let me know in the comments down below. And if you've enjoyed watching me make this, please give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and come back and watch me make something else next week.